COVID-19 has brought about a new normal for many people, that of working from home. Director of Events and Production at the Cultural Development Foundation, Drenia Frederick, explains the pros and cons of this experience and the personal discoveries she's made. More in this report from Glenn Simon.
Despite the devastating impact of COVID-19 globally and locally, there have been some unintended positives which have emerged from this new normal. While some persons have lost their jobs due to this pandemic, others have been forced into a new reality, working from home for the protection of themselves and their loved ones.
You know, you associate your home with that place that you come to after work for peace and quiet, and you just let the day go. So now it's almost like you have to rewire. I must admit, the first week, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it was hard getting into a rhythm of work. I think I spent, like most people, the entire week catching up on shows on Netflix. And staying up until 2 in the morning just watching series. And then after that, you need to get your brain active, or else, you know, it will turn to nothing.
For the past 2 months, Drenia Frederick, Director of Events and Production at the Cultural Development Foundation, has been working from home. She explained that one of the challenges of getting her mind out of lazy mode to productive mode is by putting all unnecessary gadgets away and setting a routine for herself.
So when you get up in the morning, if you normally would exercise or go to the gym, you do that routine and you get into the groove. And it's important to create an action plan for yourself. So that action plan, all of the items that you are to complete for the duration of a month. Why put all of that down and list all of them, 10, 15 items? It's because it will be on your mind whilst you're doing something else. And you know how the brain plays tricks on you. You're focused to do one activity and it tells you, oh, you know you need to do that. And then you stop and then you move to the next thing. So you create that action plan with a list of things, all of the items, and what you're going to do to complete it.
She said it's important to maintain a healthy work-life balance and set limits.
You have to give yourself a cut-off time or else the work never ends. And that too isn't good for you.
As a creative person, she discovered that working from home has allowed her creative juices to flow ever more freely and has allowed her to delve deeper into her projects.
So for me, the plus side is being able to do that sort of deep work, and in terms of when your tasks that you have set before you, the level of creativity and that feeling of comfort that you're in your own home, you're not pressured. You're not pressured to go and get dressed and hustle and beat the traffic.
We asked her opinion on whether work-from-home arrangements or teleworking should be kept in some measure even after St. Lucia is freed from this COVID-19 pandemic.
But it does concede high levels of productivity, and in terms of completing the tasks, that polish that you want, maybe some sort of type of rotation, but also to allow companies and businesses to create a proper sort of system or schedule for people working from home. I think this was always there, but we never saw the benefits, we never used it, and we never saw it as a tool for productivity.
In a Business News Daily article entitled "Working from Home Increases Productivity," researchers found that remote employees work 1.4 more days per month than their office-based counterparts, resulting in more than 3 additional weeks of work per year. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
Many are questioning the logic of the 2-person per private vehicle limit. Families question why a 3- or 4-person family should not be able to travel in their private vehicle. Is this one of the protocols that needs revisiting? Here's what you had to say.
Because of COVID-19, the new rule for private vehicles is that vehicle should only carry 2 passengers at any one time. We ask the public, do you think that this rule should be revised, particularly for families of more than 2 persons?
I object it. Because if you working in town, your daughter working in town, Your husband is the one that's driving. Are you telling me that he have to make 2 trips to come back at your home and pick you up? I don't accept that at all. You see that 2 persons or 1 person and the driver, I object that. It should never be. I am not saying that you should have a full 5 persons on board a vehicle, but at least 2 of you or 3 of you at home, you all can be on your private vehicle. You understand what I'm saying? A taxi that is registered for 4 passengers, I can see 2 persons on board. The 2 passengers sit at the back and the driver. Are you telling me that you go into Pave, 1 on a taxi, and then the taxi have to come back for the other one? I don't accept that. They have to revise it. Check it out again, okay?
Yes, now that we see how things are going currently, we should the rules should be revised, especially people who also travel with, especially myself. I have 2 kids, and then if I have my 2 kids that have to travel, I don't have anybody to leave them with. So whatever errands that I'm running, I need to take them along with me. So I think, yes, that the rules should be revised.
2 persons per vehicle, that's not practical. You're a family of 4, and both parents working, and you have to drop off the children. Tell me how you managing that? You drop the wife, then the wife come drop the children. That's not practical. And again, the fuel and everything, it's just not practical for somebody to do that, man. It's just a waste of time. I don't see that. When a family of 4, man, from your home, you can. Any person's out, like a stranger on the street, I can understand that, but your family, you could do it with your family, man. A family of 4.
And life, the lion and the lioness and the cubs. You see how the lion and the lioness love the cubs? They go do anything for the cubs. So I have lion from vibes. The dog is not happy. A dog and a cat, and the other 2 have to go out of the car. So what kind of law that is? That is the law for them. But love of the lion and the lioness. The cubs are one love. And they go cheer anything for the cubs. And that's how I stay. I go cheer anything for the cubs.
Well, I support for a vehicle to carry 4 passengers, like husband and wife and 2 children. I support that, but not more than that.
We're all in the same home. We live under the same roof. I don't see no problem in all 4 of us being in the same car at the same time. If it's strangers, right, I could understand. But my wife, my children, all of us in the home. And we know that we are safe because we protect ourselves, so there's nothing wrong in the 4 of us being in a car.
2 people, they allowed to be on a private vehicle. To me, that doesn't make sense. Reason I'm saying that, if there is a family of 5 living home, me and my 3 children, okay? We live in home already. If I have corona, my wife or any one of them have corona, one of us have it. Why the 5 of us cannot be on our private bus or car or whatever it is? It doesn't make sense. What they have to find out is these people related, if they are related to each other. That's what they have to find out. But you cannot tell me to only have 2 people in a private car. That doesn't make sense. It don't make no sense to me.
And when you look at it, call it about husband and wife and 2 children, you know, and they say only one can be able to travel. To me, it making no sense, you know, really, you know, no sense at all.
The public believes that this rule should be revised, as families in St. Lucia generally consist of more than 2 persons. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Brazil has recorded its highest daily rise in the number of deaths from the coronavirus. It registered 881 new deaths on Tuesday. The total death toll now stands at 12,400. It means Brazil, which is at the center of the Latin American outbreak, is now the 6th worst affected country in terms of recorded deaths. Experts say the real figure may be far higher due to a lack of testing in the country. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.